What's the strangest thing you've come across?
Fellow Toastmasters, I would guess. What is happening to our kids? I call them the Facebook gamers. My dad, as I had mentioned, farms a couple hundred acres, and he has a young man working for him. He's about 40, very talented, and the school system is very blessed to have him. He asked a student to help him move a desk. The student didn't know how to pick up the desk, where to grab hold of it to move it. I go to the farmer's market this weekend, and I built a rapport with, of all places, an Italian bakery, where I get my crumb cake every week. And I've started talking to this older couple, and somehow we got on the topic of Disney. Of course, it comes from my daughter. And they go every year. They have some grandkids, 16 and 17. They refuse to go to Disney. I'm talking about they have the expensive hotel within inside the park, expense paid, everything. They don't want to go to Disney. They just want to stay on their phones.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been trying to work out as part of my nutrition as well. I work out. I work pretty close here, and so I thought I'm going to try to take advantage of the pool. So I go to the pool. Where's all the lifeguards? Now one is they had one of the smaller pool closed down, but still. And then somebody came in and said, "Well, they kicked me out of the big pool because not enough lifeguards." So I go to leave the Y. There's a citywide shortage of lifeguards. Where's our youth that want to work? Fellow Toastmasters, I would guess that I think it's a crisis in America.
What are some of the events in your life that made you who you are?
Oh.
Okay, honored guests, other Toastmasters. I had mentioned this to a couple people earlier. Did not do very well in English. So between 8th and 9th grade, my mother came home and said, "Hey, I got a book for you to read called The Pygmalion." I read the first chapter and a half and fell asleep and said, "I'm not reading this." 9th grade, I walk into class and they say, "Guess what? Your midterm is on The Pygmalion." And I'm like, "Oh God, no." So fast forward, it's now coming up for midterms. I haven't read the book yet. And they give us the outline, and she says that what you're going to do is fill out the outline, give it back to me. This is Wednesday. Give it back to me on Thursday. I will review it. I will give it back to you on Friday. Okay. Now I'm sitting there going, I haven't read the book yet. How am I going to do this? So I convinced my mother to let me go over to my friend's house to help me do this. Copy it word for word. I go home, I'm like, "Hey, Mom," as an English teacher, you'll appreciate this. "You know, Mrs. Grider, she's a pain in the butt. If I have a comma in the wrong place, I'll fail. So help me correct the grammar that's not correct, grossly." So she did that. I handed in. Teacher makes the announcement on Thursday that they're not going to give it back to us. They're going to give it back to us on Friday. She comes in on Friday and goes, "No midterm. You guys all passed. You did fantastic. We're going to count your outline." My friend wanted to punch me out because he got a B-. I got an A-, and the reason he got a poor grade was because of poor grammatical errors. So that's why I am.
What stereotype do you completely live up to?
This is so good.
Good evening, Toastmasters. My name is Shantae. Long time no see. Today I'm going to talk about the stereotype that I live up to. The stereotype that I live up to is being a millennial. Just being a millennial. And I hear this all the time. Millennials this, millennials that. I am just tired of millennials. But one common topic that I typically hear about millennials is millennials typically jump from one job to another job to another job until they're just tired of it, trying to figure out an opportunity to really figure out what they want to do. And I live up to that stereotype, okay? I always want to jump from one career to another career, from one topic to another topic, because you know what? I am young, I am a millennial, and I'm trying to figure out my life. And what's wrong with that, everyone? I have a strong question I really want to know, what is wrong with figuring out what you want to do in life? This is what I've noticed. When I started in my career, I started in pharmaceutical sales, and I noticed that, I do not want to keep on calling to doctors where doctors are treating me like crap and telling me what I need to do when I'm really trying to sell a drug that's really going to help their patients. So I jumped from that to teaching. Really loved teaching. Teaching's awesome, but I didn't like the public school system, so I said, you know what? Let me jump into something else, corporate training. So I went from corporate training to real estate to figuring out, you know what? One common topic that I really enjoy is jumping from hobby to hobby. But aside from that, I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy educating. But if I did not jump from topic to topic, I would have never knew that. So this concludes my topic or my speech. But I say all that to say, be like a millennial and jump from one career to another career until you figure out what you want to do. Thank you.